So you need to think like a reporter and see what is happening in the school and be proactive about going out and getting pictures for something rather than waiting for people to give you pictures or after the fact when you might not have enough material to actually report on the story. So get out there, be proactive, and get your pictures as soon as possible before the event happens.
Hey, I'm Miss Dixon from Faith Christian School in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We have had a huge increase in our sales and participation online from doing an increase in our social media presence. If I post right around the end of school at 3 o'clock, I seem to get a lot of responses from that. I post requests for images, photos to add to the yearbook. Anything that contains photos of our actual kids draws the most likes and the most response. But also when I'm just advertising things, bright colors tend to, and big fonts tend to attract, and not too many words.
This week on Yearbook Vocab, we discuss the difference between yearbook offers and campaigns. A yearbook offer is when your yearbook is available for sale at a given price. Most of you will have just entered your second offer out of the 4 you run throughout the year. To find out your exact dates and price structure, you can go to Yearbook Avenue, choose the Sell menu, and go to Marketing. The campaign is a planned sales strategy that is focused during a given period of time. Jostens will run one for each of your offers. However, you can always choose to do additional campaign work throughout the offer.
One of the most important things that I like to go over this time of year is when your sales begin and end. Most of us have finished our back to school sales, but I get a lot of emails that say, hey, when does our next sale start? And like, what is the cost going to be? So let me go to one of our schools. I'll just pick one just randomly. I'll go to Holly Springs. And if I want to see what day my sales start and end, I'm going to go to Sell Yearbook Offer Setup. This is going to show me very simply the dates that my sales are starting and ending. So here you'll see that their sales started on the 16th of August and ended yesterday for back to school. Today, they're going to their fall sale, which will end of December, etc. So you see how that works. Now, if I want to see even a little more detail, I can go to Sell Marketing. I love this because it's so color-coded. So you can see that we just finished back to school. And the 2 weeks in here that we call the campaign is when we've tried to market the most to our parents. So now we're in our second offer, which is going to go all the way to December 31st. But our campaign, right now we have set, and I can only set one, is in December. But I don't think one's enough for this really. This is one of our longest sales. I really think you guys ought to start planning something for possibly homecoming week or some rival game, and then something maybe right before Thanksgiving. Do some fun little things at school. Be creative. Do a thankful sale. Do a school spirited sale. Come up with a theme that kind of like plays off of your yearbook theme. This also gives you ideas of what you can possibly do. And remember, I made a list in the tip this week of what you need to make sure you do, like take down those back to school posters and take down those signs that you had out if you still have them, because I bet some of us lost them in the hurricane. If you did, just let me know. So this is how we find our sales. I've also been getting a lot of questions about how do I know who's purchased a book or who has purchased an ad, especially if I'm using ad services. So if I go to Sales Reports under Sale, I can see who's bought a book, how many books have been sold. I can also see who has bought an ad. Now, if the parent, if you're using ad services, has not finished their ad and paid for it, it will not show up in this report. However, these people have already finished their ad and paid for it. So that means that their ad is going to show up eventually in the next week or so on one of your pages in your book that is like marked for ads. And don't worry, we're taking care of that part. If I also want to see who started an ad but hasn't finished it, I can go to this ad activity report. And at this point, I can view the report and it's going to show me all the people that have maybe started an ad but haven't finished it. Some of them will have finished, some of them will have not. It's a really good place to kind of cross-reference. There's nothing you need to do with this right now. These people might sign in 15 times before they finish their ad. I hope that helps. I hope you can find those kind of things. If you can't, let us know. We'll be glad to help you. There are a lot of reports under sales reports, and we'll go through a lot more of those as time goes on.